My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought it would be kind of cool to be able to connect potential investors with deals and get involved that way more on a passive side of things? Well, if you have, then pay close attention to today's special guest, zooming in from beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. We've got Derek Simkins, who's doing exactly that. Derek is a real estate entrepreneur. He's a capital raiser. He connects people that have really no clue about real estate investing, shows them how they can get way better than bank returns on their money, backed by something solid and tangible, real property. And he also connects folks that are in our business, active real estate investors who are looking for capital, looking for investors. He's kind of the guy in the middle making those connections with his company, Capstone Connectors. So Derek, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here. And great explanation, right? Some people are like, what is a connector? That was great.
Well, thanks, man. I've been around the block a time or two, and we had a little chat before the call too, so that helped. So anyhow, Derek, give us a big picture overview of what Capstone Connectors is. What do you guys do?
So we mainly focus on capital raising
Mhm.
for specific borrowers. We bring a borrower in and we run them through the vetting process. And, once, they show the experience, they're showing volume, they're like, hey, I want to do this full time. I want to do a lot of flips or new builds, whatever have you. And so then we start raising capital for them once they're all vetted, and we bring tons of money in for them.
Okay, cool. So let's unwrap that for a minute. So who is kind of like your ideal avatar as a borrower? Who are these guys and gals? What are they typically doing? What kind of volume? How much are they typically borrowing at a time? Just kind of paint us a picture of what that looks like.
So it really depends on what they're actually doing. If it's new builds, those are going to take longer than flips. We also work with someone who does foreclosure reinstatements. So it really depends on your project, but I would say high volume if you're a flipper, right? Let's try to nail down, five to 10 per month. So I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of volume there. We need our lenders to be satiated, right? So lots of volume, lots of experience on the table. So this is definitely we focus more on the experience. It really comes down to like mitigating risk for our lenders and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, very experienced and high volume. And then we kind of just dig a little bit deeper into there. Do we like you as a person? Do we want to start this relationship? Do we want to build relationship with you?
Mm.
And then from there, once we get all that, kind of it can be uncomfortable sometimes for some people, but once we get that out of the way, it's smooth sailing from there.
Well,
And
you gotta vet people, that's for sure. Okay,
yeah,
so
very
I'm
important.
hearing flippers, high volume flippers. I'm hearing people that are doing, what do you say, reinstatements, foreclosure reinstatements.
Foreclosure reinstatements, they
Okay,
do basically they give people a second shot at owning their home.
got it.
Um,
Okay, so foreclosure reinstatements, and then development. Are we talking about single family home development? So ground up, build to
yeah,
sell type stuff. Do you do
yeah.
any multifamily stuff, or are you just focusing all on the single family side of things?
It's we can do multifamily, but our bread and butter is definitely single family
Okay,
developments.
cool. So how long has Capstone Connectors been going for?
So we've actually only been in business for 8 months.
Hey,
Um,
congratulations. Yeah.
yeah, it's a took the time, invested our own capital at first, right? How does this work? What is the mechanics? Research, put our own capital on deals, get it back. All right, process improve. And then we got to a point to where we're like, all right, cool, we feel comfortable with getting these lenders in on board, these amazing opportunities, right? These high yield um opportunities or partnerships even.
Okay, so it's early days with the business. Sounds like things are going pretty well. More or less, how many borrowers do you have right now, and what kind of a pool, what size of a pool of lenders do you have?
So just being so super selective, like we talked about before, we
Hmm.
have two borrowers, almost four,
Hmm.
um, but we have to see some more stuff. But we really enjoy working with the two borrowers that we have right now, and they do enough volume to keep everyone happy so far on our lender pool side,
Yeah.
which is around six or seven like really good, consistent um, lenders and
Right.
private money
Now, are
partners.
you guys typically financing 100% of stuff? And if so, or what percentage loan to value are you usually doing?
So yeah, the financing is it depends on what they need the private money for.
Yeah.
So really it's it can be 100%. And then for
Hmm.
the new builds and flipping
Yeah.
that also very relationship based like we talked about before. But that is, let's bang out a couple deals together and then it's typically 100% from there as long as you keep it under 70% LTV.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, let's talk about the fun side of things as well, which is raising that private capital. We were talking a little bit off camera that you like showing people the light of what's possible with real estate, especially if they haven't really thought about it before, if they're accustomed to financial planner type returns, bank GIC returns, investing their money in mutual funds kind of returns. This kind of brightens up their world a bit. So what are you guys finding most effective for connecting with new investor prospects?
So if you're gonna step into the connector role, I say that just hold that relationship as number one, and always protect the lender's money.
Hmm.
Um, with your life, with contracts, like just protect it. That's rule number one.
Yeah.
And so just having a conversation with someone, hey, how's your financials going? We have as a connector, we have a bunch of people that can um kind of come into play as support as well, tax strategists, um, financial planners as well. But
Hmm.
then we put our opportunities and strategies in place with their strategies, and it just creates this beautiful, like, just rocket boosters on your financial goals, basically. Um,
Yeah.
so
No,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. So moving ahead, we're early days 2025. I'm sure you guys want to grow the company both on the borrower side of things after vetting people very, very completely. You're looking at bringing on a couple of new borrowers that are just in the final stages of getting vetted. And then that's going to require bringing on more capital, so more lenders as well. So, what are your plans for really kicking things up and getting more lenders on board to grow the business?
So once we get those borrowers on, we're trying to keep up the lender side of things, which it's a pretty easy. I wouldn't even call it a sell. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, look at this opportunity. Oh my goodness, yes. But how do I get started? Even starting out with the minimum 25K, get that lender
But how do
pool.
you get the word out? Like, how do you let people know about the opportunities?
Oh, I do everything. I personally touch every single one of them. Like I said, the relationship is what I hold at the very highest.
Yeah, I get
So,
it. I get it. You got a batch of people right now. What are you going to do to get the batch of people bigger moving ahead? So how are you going to expand beyond your current investor prospects?
well, we're doing a lot of social media.
Mhm.
We're reaching out on social media. We're um, cold and warm. A lot of
Mhm.
referrals. Anyone
Yeah.
who's already with us is just bringing on the masses. Really, that referrals is our biggest um, way that we're bringing on lenders right now. And then getting out into the meetups and getting out and to all of like the real estate. We're going to like Squat Up Summit is in Dallas at the end of March. We'll be out there. We were at Squat Up last year. So big real estate events like that is a good way to spread the word to those who are trying to get in real estate or
Mhm.
already in real estate and just haven't seen these returns before.
So Derek, if you don't mind sharing, as the connector, which is what you are, you're finding the borrowers, you're finding the lenders, you're matching them. How do you guys get compensated? What does that kind of look like? Is it like a mortgage broker, or is it more like a partner and you're getting, fees or equity? Kind of how does that side of things typically work for you guys, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, yeah. So there's four ways that a connector can make money. And obviously we have to get paid for our time. I just had a baby last week. So
Congratulations. Yeah.
yeah, we get paid for connecting and making sure that everything goes smoothly. You can get paid on the front from the borrower. You can get paid on the front from the lender to have the access to the opportunity. You can take equity in the deal, and you can get paid on the end by either the borrower or lender. So main four ways that we do is either the borrower cuts us a couple points on the front,
Hmm.
and they give us a piece of the equity, and then we can also that's the fourth one. So arbitrage the rate, right? If I have these borrowers coming to me at, let's say, 20%, then I give it out at 18% to the lenders that we brought to the table, and we can take that 2% arbitrage. So there's definitely a few different ways to make money. We absolutely need the deal to make sense, right? We don't want to strip all the meat off the bone, right? So we're very flexible as that goes, but we know what our time is worth as well. So we kind of just take bits and pieces here and there, and kind of make it make sense per deal, if that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Awesome, Derek. Well, this has been very enlightening. If people want to find out more, if they're watching this, I see you're a smart guy. You got a QR code there on your background. But if there people are listening to this, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Facebook, Instagram, those are my two big ones.
You have
We're
a
working on
website that
link.
people can go to?
Yeah, capstoneconnectors.com.
Hmm.
We're also fixing it up right now, but it's still there. You can look at it. It's got a lot of our good information on there.
Hmm.
But really reaching out to me and having a conversation like, if you're going to be a lender, where are you at in your financial goals, right? How does this fall into play for you? If you're a borrower, hey, how can we help? Right? Like, are you checking all these boxes for us? Can we start raising capital for you? Right? So reaching out and really getting to know that person, again, relationship. I can't stress it enough. It's definitely relationship based.
Awesome, Derek. Well, thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dave. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.